Hi guys, thanks for choosing Tradingwithbrenon. This is our first video in our option series where we'll be talking about what an option contract is. This lays out the foundation on getting started with option trading. We talk about what parties are involved and different types of options. If you don't understand the foundation, it's going to be very difficult for you to move on. So that's why I chose this video to be the first video in our options series.
Options are contracts that give the person the right to buy and sell a stock at a fixed price within a time frame. There are two types of options. There are calls and there are puts. Call option gives the owner the right but not the obligation to buy a stock at a fixed price within a time frame. Meaning, if I own a call option, I have the option to buy that stock within the time frame we agreed upon. With a put option, it's a bit different. This gives the owner of a put the right but not the obligation to sell a stock at a fixed price within a time frame. Let's assume we have a stock and there's a buyer and a seller. So you have someone who wants to buy the stock and someone who wants to sell the stock. At this time, let's say the stock is currently valued at $50. In a typical stock trade, Sarah owns the stock and she wants to sell the stock to Abraham. Abraham would pay Sarah $50. So the stock goes over to Abraham, who now owns the stock. Very simple. Again, Sarah owns the stock. Abraham wants to buy it. He then pays Sarah $50 for the stock. The stock then goes over to Abraham. With option, there are different scenarios that comes into play with a $50 stock. Let's say Abraham, the option buyer, is communicating with Sarah, the option seller, and says he wants to buy the stock if the stock goes up in value in 6 months to $90. The 6 months is considered the expiration date and the $90 is considered the strike price. Sarah agrees to sell the stock at $90. Now for Sarah to accept the agreement, Abraham has to pay Sarah a premium. Once he pays that premium, she then loses her rights for the next 6 months. So Abraham can do whatever he wants with the stock within that 6 months. This is the sweet part for an option buyer. Say the stock goes up past $90 within that 6 months. Abraham has the right to buy that XYZ stock from Sarah for $50 with no obligation. So even though the stock is currently trading at $90, the option seller, Sarah, has to give it up for $50 based on the option agreement. That's what's known as a call option. Now we didn't really go over put option. I'll go over calls and puts in more details in my other videos. So let's recap. Options are contracts that give the person the right but not the obligation to buy a stock at a fixed price within a time frame. There are two types of options. There are calls and there are puts. Call option gives the owner the right but not the obligation to buy a stock at a fixed price within a time frame, and the put option gives the owner the right but not the obligation to sell a stock at a fixed price within the time frame. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching my video.